Right, next up, we're bringing to you an opinion poll from the swing states. Now, this poll has been done by Z News Matriz. Let's start with West Bengal, where the rivalry is heating up. All India Trinamool Congress, the TMC, is likely to win 24 seats, while Bharatiya Janata Party may emerge victorious in 17 in the state. Now, in Bihar, the opinion poll predicts 37 seats for the NDA alliance, where after recent changes, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United, the JDU, is leading the alliance. The NDA fold is projected to receive 53% of the total votes in Bihar. The India bloc is expected to get 3 seats here and no seats for other regional parties. Then another swing state, Karnataka. According to the poll, the NDA is likely to win 23 seats in the southern state, and Congress is predicted to win 5. With a significant impact on both the states and the country's political scene, the state is increasingly becoming an important one. Then let's come to Andhra Pradesh, where the BJP did not get even a single seat last time. The numbers are looking neck and neck this time. NDA is expected to get 13 seats. This is still a massive gain from the alliance in the 2019 elections. Bharatiya Janata Party, of course, scored a duck at that point. Now, YSRCP has come a close second with 12 seats in the opinion poll. Then let's look at neighbouring Telangana, where Congress saw a much-needed win in the state elections. The poll suggests the Grand Old Party is likely to win 9 seats in BJP, 9 seats, of course, and BJP may win 5, while others are likely to emerge victorious on 3 seats. Then it is Maharashtra, which is looking like a clean sweep for the National Democratic Alliance, at least as per opinion polls. The poll awards all 25 seats to the alliance. Bharatiya Janata Party is leading the bloc in Maharashtra, along with Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar's Nationalist Congress Party. Now, overall, the poll suggests that the National Democratic Alliance may win close to 390 seats, as opposed to the India bloc's 96. These numbers come less than 24 hours before the Election Commission is set to announce the poll schedule. Of course, that poll schedule is going to be announced just about an hour from now. And of course, these are the last figures that we have seen as far as opinions are concerned, leading into the general elections. While the announcement will be made, the Model Code of Conduct will come into effect immediately after. Close to 970 million people are eligible to vote in India. What happens in the next few months, rather next few weeks, is crucial for not just the country, but all over the world. India is heading to its general elections. Of course, within an hour from now, the Election Commission of India is going to release the dates for the general elections, which are scheduled to start within a matter of weeks now. They're going to run through April and May, as we saw back in 2019. All right, so we are going to be, discussing this further. We are now being joined by Principal Diplomatic Correspondent Siddhant Sibal, who's joining us from Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. We are also joined by Disha Shah, who joins us from Mumbai. And we're also joined by Prasad Bhosekar, who joins us from Hyderabad. I want to start off with Mr. Prasad Bhosekar. Sir, I want to initially understand from you when... Okay, so let's start with Siddhant first. That's what I've been told. Siddhant, of course, you're there in Vigyan Bhavan. That's why all the action is going to happen within an hour from now. Give us a roundup of what one can expect in Delhi. What should we expect? Will it be a clean sweep, just like we saw last time? All 7 seats in the hands of the NDA?
1 hour's time, the Indian Election Commission is going to give out the details as to the process of election, the phase-wise elections. It will take a 2-month period for the elections to conclude and the new government to take charge as well. But here in Vigyan Bhavan, there's a palpable excitement. In fact, there's a cacophony of reporters who are doing their own respective live. But it looks like not only national media, but international media has descended to give the big story of 1/6 of the global population heading towards an election and how they elect their own representatives.
course, you are going to be bringing us all the action from Vigyan Bhavan as the election announcement comes in. I'd like to just move across now to Disha, who joins us from Mumbai. Of course, Disha, Maharashtra, there is a lot of debate around it. The NDA had a massive win back in 2019, but since then we've seen so many political changes in Maharashtra. How do you feel the Mahajuti alliance is going to hold up this time?
Well, Maharashtra always has been known as a swing state because we have seen so many political shifts and so much political, changes in the last 5 years. We've seen a completely new government forming in 2022, and that is why it is very important to know that this election will be quite important. Firstly, because Maharashtra has 48 number of Lok Sabha seats, second highest after Uttar Pradesh, and currently both the NDA, which is led by the Chief Minister Eknath Shinde of the Shiv Sena, BJP Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar of the NCP, as well as Maha Vikas Aghadi, all of them are eyeing for more seats here in the state of Maharashtra, and that is why we are looking at even the seat sharing formula not being finalized, but of course putting ahead Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the BJP face. We have seen unlike before, we have seen more visits of Prime Minister Narendra Modi this year in the state of Maharashtra. Yes. In fact, launching so many infrastructure projects also. So that is why both the parties are really eyeing to woo voters this time around with many issues that is going to be resolved as according to them in terms of the political campaigns.
Disha, of course, stay with us. We will be connecting again to get more updates. I'd like to now cut across to Siddhant, who's there at the Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi. Siddhant, now a lot of nations all over the world are going to be watching how India proceeds. Talk to us about the global impact of these elections. There are some over 970 million valid voters in India, biggest elections in the world. What is going to be the global impact?
Well, this is an election year. Many countries go to election. In the region, we saw the elections happening now. This year, India, of course, begins its election cycle from today with the key announcements set to be made. Behind those doors are the place where the election commissioners are going to announce and give details. Now, when it comes to holding the Indian election, this is a mammoth exercise in terms of the deployment of the public machinery, the deployment of the officials, the deployment of the security officials. And remember, it's just not the urban clusters, but it's also about the far-flung places. In fact, we will get visuals very soon of how people from far-flung areas, from Arunachal to Ladakh to Lakshadweep to Minicoy will be voting. But essentially, when 1/6 of the population, world's population goes to election, this is something that is going to be on the front pages of international Vigyan Bhavan. Several foreign media channels also present, waiting for the big announcement. But essentially, how these elections will be conducted is something that the Election Commission is going to talk about as well. Last time when the elections happened in 2019, it was a 2-month time frame under which elections happened, and we had the new government taking charge on 30th of May. Around, we know it's mid of June when the parliament session, the parliament's term continues, and before that time frame, the deadline, we need to have a new government here in India. So it's a time when there will be, the summers will be on the Indian subcontinent. So it will be pretty hot, both in terms of the election and the climate.
Of course, we are going to be back with you for more details as we get the announcement from the Election Commission of India. As of now, I would like to cut across to Mr. Prasad Phosekar, who joins us from Hyderabad. Mr. Phosekar, I want to understand from you, K. Kavita's arrest happened overnight, happened in a rather abrupt manner. How will that, or will that have an impact on the elections, of course, which are going to be held in Telangana, the general elections?
The answer is yes and no. Yes, for the reason definitely for Bharat Rashtra Samiti, there will be an impact because the timing of arrest, if we see, yesterday Prime Minister Modi was conducting a roadshow here in Hyderabad, and on the other side, Kavita was being arrested by Enforcement Directorate. So, morally, Bharat Rashtra Samiti will be on back foot for these elections because they have already lost the assembly elections held last year, and Congress is in power. And no, because the fight now is directly between Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. Congress, you remember, it is in power in Telangana, and Bharatiya Janata Party has already 4 seats from 2019 elections, and they are trying to improve the tally this time around. So what we are seeing here is the direct fight between Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party, but the Bharat Rashtra Samiti led by K. Chandrasekhar Rao definitely will try to take some advantage in terms of sympathy after Kavita's arrest.
Prasad, what's the present political equation in Telangana vis-a-vis the BJP, Congress and the BRS? How do you see that one coming together?
Definitely, from last year's assembly elections, things have changed here. BJP has been working on the ground since 2014, but they got good results only in 2019, where they won 4 parliament seats. And even in assembly elections held last year, they won 8 seats, which is 7 seats more than what they had won in 2018 assembly elections. So BJP has been working on the ground. They want to improve their tally. They want to increase their seats in Telangana. Whereas Congress, on their success in assembly elections, they want to also improve their tally because they are seeing their schemes with the 6 guarantees which they have given. They think. A few minutes back, Chief Minister Revant Reddy, Telangana Chief Minister Revant Reddy, held a press conference here and said the 100 days rule of Telangana definitely will help Congress here, and they are expecting to increase their tally. Remember, there are 17 Lok Sabha seats in Telangana right now, and BJP and Congress both are trying to take major share out of it.
All right, I'd like to now cut across to Disha, who's of course there in Mumbai. Disha, now we did mention about the seat sharing ratio as far as the Mahayoti alliance is concerned. I want to just look at it from the other perspective as well. Some opinion polls have pegged the NDA to win 22 seats in Maharashtra, giving 26 to the India bloc. Now, how do you see Congress, Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena and Sharad Pawar's Nationalist Congress party, of course, coming together? Can they swing Maharashtra back into their fold?
Well, the Mahavikas Aghadi, that is the India bloc, especially if we talk about in Maharashtra, is quite confident that they will swing the entire political scenario this election because they are quite confident of the fact, and they are also in the final stages of seat sharing. They are also discussing which important constituencies should be given to which important leaders, especially the known faces, the popular faces, which are quite, vocal amongst the citizens in that constituency is concerned. So they are quite confident, and 95% of the seat sharing talks also have been finalized, is what they have been really saying. And in the last 2 months, we've also seen that all the political leaders of the Mahavikas Aghadi have been on the ground level. They are actually going to each and every constituency of the state and, doing political campaigns, rallies. They are talking to the people about the issues that they plan to address. So all of are the efforts that the Mahavikas Aghadi is doing at this point to ensure that they at least change the political scenario and the prediction that is really going on.